Totem Pole Nation, episode 6 of the Basketball Recruiting Trail. We talk about the University of Alabama Christmas Tide 2024 recruiting class. Not the football team, the basketball team. The basketball team has improved. They made some sparks. Like I said, episode 6 is very, very early recruiting process, so won't be that much content, obviously. But like I said, I'm Lambo. I'm going to give you the best content in America, and it's going to be early. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to Totem Pole Nation. We thank you, Silas, for the platform. Also, follow SSN_Alabama on X, Twitter. Do what you have to do. But without further ado, let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, the University of Alabama basketball. It's episode 6. So we're talking about Alabama. The previous video I did was episode 5, which is the North Carolina Tar Heels. If you missed out on the episode, go ahead and check in. But right now, we're going to be talking about the University of Alabama Christmas Tide 2024 recruiting class. As of basketball, they're currently ranked number 6, which they are behind Baylor, Missouri, Rutgers. I already did a video on Rutgers. You want to check that out. Kentucky, I did a video on as well, and the University of Duke. And they're also about 5 spots ahead of Arizona, which is the first video that I did in a recruiting show when it comes to basketball. So when it comes to Alabama, they have 3 commits as of right now. They have 2 5-stars, they have 1 4-star, and they have 0 3-stars. So when it comes to the University of Alabama, like I said, Alabama has made some noise in March Madness. They made some sparks here and there. Alabama has improved. They have improved to the point where they've been able to compete with the University of Kentucky, Tennessee, all those top-notch teams, Auburn as well. Very competitive basketball teams, as you see when it comes to college basketball. Not gonna spoil too much of it because, like I said, when you hit March Madness, you're really going to tune in to this. So they only got 3 players that signed a letter of intent, but like I said, it's very early in the recruiting process. Very, very early. So the guy that you want to sign. Now, give me a second. The guy that you want to sign. So, one of the top 3 guys that you should be able to look for is number 1. This guy right here. Aiden Sherrell. A center. Aiden Sherrell, ladies and gentlemen. Aiden Sherrell is from Napa, California. Napa, California, from Proflick Prep High School. A 6'10", 215 pounds. 6'10" center. I mean, this guy is 4-star to 5. Rating is 95. He is ranked nationally 28, and he's ranked number 3 in the state of California, which California has now been known to be bringing in basketball guys. He chose Alabama over Michigan State, Ohio State, Oklahoma, and Arizona State. So he had a choice to play with Tom Izzo or go with Alabama. Obviously, Alabama has less centers. Like I said, I will go over the roster needs at the end of this video. So when it comes to Aiden Sherrell, he is one of the most versatile big men in the University of California. He's ranked number 3 in the state of California, obviously. He could change ends. He catches lobs very well. He makes some very good mid-range jumpers as you watch the film, obviously. He's versatile tools. He is extended to the defensive end of the floor where he's capable of moving his feet to contain those ball screens, which is very important in the SEC. The SEC conference has improved in the game of basketball. That's something you have to watch consistently. With him, he is naturally talented in any big man in the class, but he's very rarely outright dominant. You see flashes at times, but it comes in bits and pieces, and you can often, sometimes you want more from this guy. The roof of that inconsistency could be multifaceted, but the bottom of the line is he's already one of the best big men in the country. And like I said, he just needs to get a little bit bigger in the arms, obviously, get in the weight room. That's everybody. But he's definitely, about to hit 7 feet. He's a fluid mover and runner, and he can leap at 6'10". So he's basically approaching 7 foot. So I bet you he has about a 7 3 wingspan when it comes to this guy. So the second guy that they signed to a letter of intent is this guy right here, Donon Reed. Donon Reed is also out of Prophet Prep. Aiden Sherrell and Donon Reed out of the same school, Napa, California. They're all from the same school. All right. Small forward, 6'7", 180. Rating is 98, 5-star player, ranked 14th nationally and ranked number 1 in the state of California. So this is the guy that's ranked number 1. Aiden Sherrell is only two spots behind the guy. So when it comes to Donon Reed, he chose Alabama over Florida State, Georgia, Kansas State, and Mississippi State. All right. So he says, I want to win. When it comes to this guy, he is from Grovetown, Georgia, obviously. When it comes to Reed, he is one of the versatile forwards in the country. He's very aggressive at scoring, and he's a threat from various spots on the court. Very good footwork. He has flashes where he's very multidimensional. He has touch and rotation developing behind the arc. He's not really able to being at a high volume and spraying. He does have some misses. In his 21 games in the EYBL League, he was 14-35, which is 40%. He doesn't look to attack off the live dribble as often as he needs to, but there's occasional glimpses of creativity where he has a flat assist to turnover ratio. When he played in the EYBL League, he had 45 of each through 21 games. Obviously, he already has a sturdy frame and should support plenty of muscle when he gets to the ecstasy of college basketball. But he's basically like a scoring combo forward who approaches the game more like a 4 in the point, but also he can move well enough like a point guard. So when it comes to this guy, he's more of a point guard, a big wing. You can basically put this guy in any position you need him, but he's very, very aggressive on the boards, and he's able to attack the rim. The last guy that you need to tune into, and I want y'all to really, put some respect on this man's name. You have to be able to put some respect on this guy's name. The last guy, I think, is Nas Cunningham. Nas Cunningham. All right. Nas Cunningham. All right. Southern California Academy. Obviously, this guy is something special. He is also from California. So Alabama doesn't have any guys from Alabama right now. They have 3 guys from the state of California. This guy, Nas Cunningham, out of Southern California Academy, at Acoustic, California. His rating is 93, 4-star to 5-star. He is ranked 41 nationally and ranked number 5 in the state of California. So basically, they got all top 5 guys in the state of California. They're all top 5 in the state. Nas Cunningham at 5, Aiden Sherrell at 3, Donon Reed at 1. So all those guys are sitting in the top 5. So Nas Cunningham, 6'7", 180, 6'8", 180. Doesn't really matter. They lie about their height anyway. But when it comes to Nas Cunningham, ladies and gentlemen, he chose Alabama over West Virginia. West Virginia is going through a rebuild after Bob Huggins had suddenly resigned after his DUI at Arkansas. Creighton, who was a very, they've been competitive, and DePaul. So, yeah, I would choose Alabama over those schools anyway. When it comes to Cunningham, very good size, so small forward. He does shoot about 34% on the three-point line. He needs to, work on his shot a little bit. He needs to make strides in his consistency, his confidence, adding strength. When he's on his game, he's definitely one of the most dangerous guys in this game. He can score inside and out. He's going to show up. His production can be a little bit up and down. He can get also beaten up a little bit physically. But at sometimes, like every player, they can get down on themselves, which is okay. We all get down on ourselves. But like I said, the weight room is everybody's, wouldn't say everybody's problem, but let's say everybody's strength. Everybody's strength is to get in that weight room, obviously. So those are the top 3 guys from Alabama. But let's just sit here and let's look at this Alabama roster. What are their needs? Who would they lose, obviously? as we go over this Alabama roster before we end this show. So when we sit there and look at this Alabama roster, obviously, you have Chris Parker, who is a freshman. You have Mark Sears, who's a senior, a guard, so he might be leaving. You have Grant Nelson, who's a senior. Ryan Griffin as a sophomore. Devon Cosby as a freshman. Muhammad Dubadi as a freshman. Muhammad Vague as a junior. Latrell Wrightsell Jr. as a senior. Javarin Stevenson, a freshman. Nick Pringle's a senior. He'll probably be gone. Max Shinorsky is a senior. He'll be gone. Sam Waters, a freshman. He'll stay. Kai Spears is a sophomore. Might stay or hit the transfer portal. I don't know how the transfer portal will be well in college basketball. I don't know if it's the same as college football, but we'll see. Some guys can transfer. That depends on their playing time and other things. Ward Harrell's a freshman, and also Aaron Estrada, who is a graduate student, will probably be gone next year. So, like I said, you're talking about 4 or 5, 6 guys or 7 guys, from the University of Alabama that are probably going to be leaving. So the needs are going to be some of that in the guard position and some of those the big forwards and the centers. So, like I said, this is it for the University of Alabama recruiting drill. Joseph, we appreciate you. Thank you for subbing to me. Yes, we got you, Joseph. We always got you for subbing to you. Like I said, we're big fans of yours. So, like I said, this is it for the recruiting trail. I went over Duke, Arizona, Rutgers, Kentucky, UNC, and now Alabama. So this is episode 6 of Recruiting Trail. If I missed something, hit me up in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Total Pole Nation. And we thank you, Silent Sports Network, for the platform as always. If you need to follow Twitter for more information, you can go follow on the ticker, Silent Sports Network, on Twitter or X, SSN_Alabama, to get more content and information. Like I said, this is very early in recruiting trail. More episodes will come, and I'll most likely be doing a part 2 on these teams just because college basketball just started. But be prepared for March Madness. This is the recruiting trail, episode 6, Alabama, Christmas Tide. We will catch you later. Total Pole Nation. Y'all have a great